solid 40%.
All right, and the button has been pushed. Ah!
What the buck is up, every pony?
Welcome back to Hell and Back. A month later. Woo! Everybody cheer. Woo!
In the meanwhile, we have conquered the world, and all tremble at our hooves.
That's how
That'd
that
be
works.
nice.
All right, things happened. What happened today? It's for me to know and you to find out what happened last session. Do we have any volunteers?
I volunteer.
Volunteer Orion.
Last time on to Hell and Back, we had successfully navigated the underwater temple next to Belmare. We had discovered a statue of a stone bird, one that has appeared inside some books that are tied to Ivory Drop, the time-traveling girlfriend of Steady Shoot. She seems to be dropping very obtuse hints for us, but following that path, we believe that the saltwater oasis can be turned back into fresh water if we can restore the bird who's been petrified into the statue. We had to do some finagling, but we managed to shrink it down and carry it out. Got back on the very expensive yacht and traveled back to Belmare. We spoke with some of the rich people there. We spoke with the Bannermains there. And it turns out that it is possible to unpetrify this bird, but it's going to take a very unusual ritual that the Bannermains do not have access to. So they have requested that we travel to Dakalai to speak to the High Priestess of Kara in Dakalai because she knows the ritual. We're going to travel to Dakalai, request her to travel to Belmare, and hopefully restore the oasis. As a result of our endeavors, we have been given a gift of Aetherstone. Aetherstone that was part of some jewelry that had been saved from somebody. I can't remember who. Also, that Aetherstone allows us to create teleportation circles and teleport in general. So we can now travel about pretty much as we please with relative accuracy. Where we go today, let's find out.
All right. And you guys do that after your brief interlude with the Devil Man as he comes back in with his straw hat, as he does, tipping it towards you guys. You guys got your little bit of rewards from the people, the clerics here who are trying to keep it on the down low. That you guys all are just kind of working together this whole thing. And that's where he kind of told you that there is a cleric in Dakalai who might know the magics and be able to help you guys out with such things.
This seems entirely legit. Now, I believe... Also, you stepped out the entire part where I was awesome. But anyway...
I mean, that goes without saying.
We need to go to Holbeck, if I recall correctly.
Holbeck is one of the destinations.
We have some gold to make in Holbeck. Was there anything else we needed to do there? Because there was the painting that we could sell.
Yes.
That was the one that was going to be sold in Holbeck. Also, if I'm not mistaken, I thought Teleport said that you need to be able to visualize the place that you're going with relative ease and pretty goodly, I should say. I don't think you guys have been to Holbeck. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Nope, we have not been to Holbeck.
Where is that?
Holbeck is to the
Yeah.
southwest.
It's pretty much.
Teleport say again.
Yeah, it's pretty much like you just got to be able to know where you're teleporting, which makes sense, I teleport to the BBEG's super secret lair, because I say I do. It's like nah.
Right. Well, it's also that's also probably the reason why it has the accuracy issues.
As long as you could identify the location precisely, both by its position relative and starting position by its appearance, or other identifying features related, then you can do the thing.
Right, I don't have it prepared, that's why I can't see it.
And I don't think that's anybody's hometown, so.
Okay, then the littlest of all the spouts will hit up the marketplace to find a picture of Holbeck.
The marketplace.
Surely some hick somewhere drew a picture.
The marketplace here in Belmare, the richest of all places.
It seems like it's not the kind of place that would have pictures of places.
Imagine once they get industrialized enough to have travel postcards.
Right.
Just be like, oh, now I can identify this place. Teleport.
All right. Now the
Look
thing
at a
about
global map. I know
thing
exactly
about
how far it
Belmare
is.
is that it's mostly a vacation resort area, so there's
Why-
mostly
why
hotels
did
and
my-
things. But you know, there's
Why
still a
did my
couple
token
marketplaces.
change?
I don't know. I just drug it from the thing. This is probably. I think you could change it if you have like a token that's on the top. Oh, it probably did that thing where
Yeah,
like when you change the
I don't know
portrait,
where
it
you.
automatically.
Yeah,
I could help
paid
you
for
out with that
portrait, but
in a
you
moment.
didn't.
Yeah, I could help you out with it in a moment. But
Okay.
let me continue. So you could look around Little Spout if you're staying in the city to try to find something if you can. I'll take a. I believe that's perception, yeah.
No, because I'm asking around. So that's diplomacy.
Ooh, diplomacy. All right, go for it.
I mean, and now, of course, that's when I realized. Wait a second, I'm actually better at perception. How did that work out? Either way, I still feel
this is what's it called? Everyone's good at perception. This is PF2.
Well, yes, but I'm actually talking about like the actual modifier, which is amazing because I'm a master of diplomacy, but only an expert at perception. Still better at it. Go figure. Either way, she's asking around, and that's diplomacy. So, click.
That's true.
My diplomacy is 1 higher than my 3 higher than my perception.
And with that diplomacy, you start asking around, trying to see if you could find like what, like a picture you said of
Yes. Or if a postcard, if they have one.
Gotcha. And you start looking around for a postcard if they have one.
Or you know, if somebody drew a portrait that happens to include the town, that would work.
Looking around, you do not see any postcards for anything like that related to Holbeck. In fact, like really the only really things that you find here that relate to places outward are specifically for places like Wati and Dakalai. Realistically, are like the only big two. It doesn't seem like they really care about many other places. Vacation tourism draws to the desert.
Deep sigh. Well, we do know what Dakalai looks like because we've been there before.
Mm-hmm.
So it's various places. We could always go there and then walk. That seems kind of sad. Now it says you if you know what direction you're going, does it work? Or do you have to also know a specific place?
As long as you could identify the location precisely, both by its position relative and your starting position by its appearance. So pretty much you would have to have gone there and like known where it is on the map, pretty much.
Okay, you can't just say, I want to go 5 miles to the west. No. Oh.
So pretty much like you could go to like Lurbos, because you guys have been there. You guys kind of traveled across the desert all the way to Dakalai, so anywhere along there, like realistically.
What is our closest location to Hellbeck that we're familiar with?
Lurbos, I guess. Either that or right here when on that road.
It's 132 miles.
We did cross this road.
All right, it's 108 miles.
You'll be on
directly across the middle of the desert.
And you'll be you'll doing day by day on rough terrain. To go in the middle of the desert like that.
But we are pretty good at crossing rough terrain.
I don't think any. No, Anziel's a ranger, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But only
we have a telescope. We can spot out a spot way further down and then teleport to it.
Just keep going. Just yep, there's a spot. Boom. Well, if we survival to figure out where the hell we landed. All right, now let's find another spot. Teleport. Boom.
If we teleport to the cliff face west of Lowestoft, I believe that's where the thing with what is her name? Orion's wife's name. Oh my gosh, Cassiopeia. Thank you. Cassiopeia and Ring Dancer, I believe, occurred right here. We should be pretty familiar with that area, and then it'd be 108 miles straight across. Or at the very least, 48 miles to the road here, and then we could walk straight across down the road where it's a bit safer.
It's up to y'all.
I say we teleport to the cliffs, travel 48 miles to the road, straight across the desert, and then into Holbeck. Then we can teleport to Dakalai.
Sounds like a plan.
Let's do it.
I can't promise it's a good plan, but it's a plan.
Alright, if that's what's being done, then Star Dancer, tell us how you're teleporting us. What's the fluff behind your 10 minutes of teleportation? Let's hear it.
Oh, 10 minutes. What?
10 minutes is cast time. Material, somatic, verbal. Fluff it up. Tell us how you're doing it. You're the magic one.
Yeah. Let's see. How far away is it?
48 miles.
Okay. So
Oh,
I don't
wait,
have to
no, it's,
prepare a lot.
It's 84 miles to teleport to the cliffside.
Okay. I still don't have to prepare it or cast it at a higher level. Geez, 10 minutes. I mean, it's 10 minutes of chanting while staring at the image of where we're going, or thinking about it, or however.
Yeah, you guys watch as Star Dancer is staring very intently, probably at a small mental image that has been projected in front of them in one way or another. Because,
We
teleportation.
do only have four others going with me.
I do believe so. I don't think you guys have, like,
Okay.
you and up to 4 other targets touched. I think that's literally the party. Like,
Yeah.
and 1, 2,
Plus
3,
My
4,
different
yeah.
point, because where is Ring Dancer?
Oh, Ring Dancer is also with you, and the Demon Farmer, if you're taking him along, those 2 others.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need the farmer.
Well, how many times can this spell be cast a day?
Yeah, like, it's going back and forth if you guys are doing it like that.
I can cast. It's a 6th level spell. I have 7th level slots. I can technically cast it 6 times a day.
Okay, so you're gonna have to make multiple Johns, but you can bust
Yep.
us over there.
Is
So,
the
yeah,
is
it's
a higher
gonna
is
take-
a higher level version able to teleport more people?
No, it teleports
Ooh,
farther.
it goes farther.
Okay.
And,
It's
if that is the case, then the cleric would kindly suggest that you guys probably do it outside the town. Mark a very specific location, because given that this is not an exact teleportation back to the spot that you are, wouldn't be very subtle if suddenly, Star Dancer was popping in and out at random points in the city.
Well, I mean, it's up to a mile off, so I could be outside the city.
Their point is just like, like some nice couple's gonna be having dinner, and then just like, whoop, there's a Star Dancer, and then.
Why is there not such a thing as a teleport beacon?
I mean, technically, the only worst thing that could happen is we teleport inside of somebody, but what are the odds of that?
Oh yeah, what are the odds of
boy.
taking extra
It
force
Works
damage?
Like that.
Hella fragging.
I think it teleports you off to a random point and not within a certain range is literally to prevent telefragging.
Yeah, pretty much. It says within 1%,
I think
1% accuracy. So
Yeah. I think it's also prevented to be like, I know where the big bad's
Yeah.
altar is, so I go straight to the altar and grab it.
it's a spell on the side of the big baddie. Yeah, that's what this. That's.
I mean, 1 mile off is still not that.
Oh yeah, that's why.
No. It
not at
definitely
all.
means that you're getting in the area, but it also means that you're not getting at the end of the dungeon. It means you're getting somewhere outside of the
Yeah,
dungeon.
so the cleric's just suggesting that, like, he kind of gives you a little bit of a location. This should be good, and then, like,
Yeah.
shoos you out the door. Go there, and then, like, that pretty much gives you a big old area that you could just pop in and out without fear of disrupting tea parties rudely.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, teleport in, teleport back out, teleport back in.
Revel
And you shake it
revel
all
in the
about.
power. Revel in the power.
All my 6th level spells are gone.
Every time you do so, like, it's dizzying. I mean, like, those who haven't experienced teleportation to this point, it's how they describe it in Harry Potter, and just this sudden sucking feeling around you. Like there's like no air, you can't really breathe, and just like everything around you and bound on you suddenly gets like sucked tightly to your body. It's really disorienting. Pop, you're there. Star Dancer, you're doing this like several times in very small intervals. It's not the best feeling.
I mean, already used to casting Dimension Door, but yeah.
Yeah. Uh, well, like,
Not entirely new.
well, like Dimension Door is one thing. This is teleporting across miles. Like,
Whatever.
yeah.
Either way, we're there. Yeah.
Woo! And yeah, the Star Dancer comes back with the last person, probably the Demon Farmer and Ring Dancer. Plop, and then Ring Dancer kind of flumps. God, that's weird. And you know,
Yes.
Star Dancer
Little
looks.
Sprout inclines her head. Well, we had to wait here for you guys. But welcome.
Oh, 20 minutes. What were you doing for 20 minutes?
That little Sprout points at the scorched rock sculptures she had fashioned.
And the Mr. Demon Farmer like goes over. Ah, shoot, what's that there? He's looking. He's judging your creation, little Spout.
Well, I have to first see how good I did. So, I mean, she has created a very exuberant but not seemingly very focused bit of various sculptures and shapes, just of whatever rock she happened to find around. It seems like she really couldn't quite decide what she was going for, but she was bored, and this is what happens.
Nice.
Oh, hey, they look like little soldiers. Here, let's make a sandcastle.
Ring Dancer like looks towards
Really?
Star Dancer. Like raises an eyebrow. I take it you're not gonna join them.
What? I don't know. This is ridiculous.
And
Little Sprout adjusts the formation of her great terracotta warrior on top of the sandy parapets.
am I correct to assume you're using an action today to just make sandcastles in the desert?
I mean, this is why the teleporting was happening. But...
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Ryan lifts his wing, and the basilisk the bastila that you didn't realize was behind it suddenly shoots sand at your little stone sculpture.
Oh no! I mean, it's still a stone sculpture. I don't think it cares much.
Also, Lysander, your mic is doing some weird stuff. Just a heads up.
Alright.
Your mic's doing some weird stuff. It's kind of like cutting you out, like toward the ends and starts to hear sentences, kind of deal.
Oh, it's been giving me problem all day.
Okay, just making sure you know.
Yep.
Yeah, they made they're having a little sandcastle war by the time y'all come back, and Ring Dancer's kind of like rubbing her temples a little bit, somewhat in frustration.
Now, where are your chickens from here? Weren't they a bit south?
Mr. Farmer nods and points southward. Right down there, could sense with my... And he kind of like tilts his horns down and starts like, he's in my little dowsing horns here. And he starts like acting like he's like dowsing the sand with his horns.
Well, to be nice, you should probably, pick up the chickens. It would just be a good thing to do.
Otherwise, somebody's going to tie them to a stick and use them as a flail. We can't have that.
Alright, so, like, before you guys get your 2 actions a day, this is in difficult terrain, so that'd be like 1, but it would get you guys down to the road.
Alright, do you need any rules from us?
No, actually, I do not.
Okay.
I type get chicken. I hit enter.
Yeah. Like, I mean,
You can't
like,
get
I want to specify that, like, as you guys kind of go
No!
along your path, there are things out there that, like, obviously would be encounter worthy. You guys are, like, level 13, though. Like, so it's like, if you did run into any of them, which you probably did, like, there might have been, like, a stray snake or a dinosaur or whatever. It's not initiative.
You
worthy.
encounter 3 angry no.
Like if I did it, it'd be like, roll for initiative. Alright, person 1, it's your turn. You kill it? Okay, we move on. Like, that's pretty much what it is. Like, so, you guys kind of get here, and, yep, there the demon chickens are. They're being demon chickens, and by that, I mean they have really scorched this area. More surprisingly than anything, it's like this entire area which they've been allowed to roam in has started turning a charcoal black. Various different little spots of melted sand could be like little pockets of it can be seen like around where they've been pecking, and they've clearly been like doing something on the land here when you're done. And there's even a small little
Look.
geyser of like sputtering ash and sparks and things, and they've kind of been changing this landscape over the course of time when you guys were away.
Are your
Little fast
chickens
upsets.
terraforming the desert?
Oh, aren't they the cutest things?
Well, now they're back with you. Little Spout rubs her cheek with a hoof. Do you want to stay with them, or are you coming with us?
And he kind of blinks and he looks down. Well, shoot. And he kind of, he thinks a little bit. I ain't know how to get back. I might have to wait until one of them fancy things opens up. You know what? And he kind of, like, sits down. I think I could wait along the road here, or take it back myself, something like that. I'll figure something out. And he kind of, like, waves his hoof. Go on, then. You go on your adventure.
Little Spout inclines her head. Are you sure?
And shoot, it ain't no thing. I don't want to be a bother.
Maybe we're gonna have to pick them up before we head to Dakalai, maybe even Kaladai.
And
Wait, are we going to go pick him up again? Is that the goal?
He's supposed to be our ticket into the Hellish realm, isn't he?
No, we just
No, he
found
was
him
just
at
gonna piggyback
random.
with us.
Right, but he needs to get back.
I think we were gonna do something here with the Ether Stone, like with an investigation. But it sounds like once we've learned the specifics of how Ether Stone works, that's probably not that may or may not be an option to just sort of like hope that waving an Ether Stone around will open a portal for him.
Right. That, and now we actually have an Ether Stone. Yay.
Yeah.
So it's like,
But
we don't
they're-
technically need him, but Little Spout also feels bad about being a jerk. So she doesn't want to just abandon the guy.
Mm-hmm.
But that demon thing that took my wife and is likely holding all of our family members captive. He
Yes,
knows what kind of creature that is and actually interacts with them. He might be able to point out where it is.
Okay, Little Spout looks at the person. Okay, so if we were back in your world, would you know what direction that is?
shoot, it's all around us, isn't it? And he kind of like gives a shrug. At least I think it is. I don't know how these plane things work. And he kind of just like shakes his head.
No. I mean, if we were back in your place, would you know where to go to find the person who's been kidnapping my people?
Oh shoot, probably. And he kind of thinks everything down there looks it works like and he thinks, he looks around, he can't find anything, and then just starts meshing like his hooves together like one of them clockwork horses. Them kind of deals. Everything kind of works together. I'm sure we could find something. And he kind of shakes his head. Shoot, I just work on the first layer though. I don't know about anything with the others. Kind of look down. I feel bad for them.
Little Spout turns to the others. I'm not sure how much this guy knows.
At the very least, we should help him get back.
Well, that would be nice.
Come
Little
this
Spout
far,
nods.
I guess.
Well, and Little Spout turns back to him. Well, we're trying to get there, so if you stick with us, eventually we're going to go there. The question is whether or not one of those portals will just kind of happen on their own before then or not. I can't make any promises one way or the other because I really don't know. So I leave this in your hands, from a guy. If you want to come with us until we can find a way, or you can wait here until a portal opens up.
He kind of like, he wonders a little bit. Well, shoot, like I said, I only could come here in the first place during the rainy season. And kind of like shakes his head a little bit. Shoot, I don't know what causes it. It just happens. He kind of just gives a shrug. I suppose that some opportunity to come with, I'm one of them lucky types. And he adjusts his little uniform a little bit, like kind of proudly. I'm pretty resourceful in that way. As long as nothing tries out here to kill me.
Little Spout looks left and right, and then at the fire-breathing chickens. She determines that this person's actual risk is pretty low.
Now, and he kind of like thinks a little bit. Now, y'all been so helpful to me. So if I happen to be around, or we happen to cross paths, you shoot. I owe you one. That's how them contracts work, right?
Little Spout reaches out and pats him on the shoulder. Pat, 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 pat. Good luck.
+1 favor gain from Demon Farmer.
Doot, 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 doot.
Before we head out from here, Orion's going to take a vial and fill it up with the black sand from the infernal chickens.
Ah,
He's going to study that later.
all
And
right.
somewhere in the upper left of our screen, a box appears. Devil Farmer will remember that.
Yeah. You get yourself 1 vial of brimstone. Ooh.
Ooh.
How fancy.
Yeah. All right, and
And so now we have a road. Look at that road.
on the road again. All right, well, this would be where you guys like kind of like chat up with the dude, stay the night, sleep through the night, and now you're on to the next day. Da, 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 wow.
Oh, I thought we only used 1 action to get here.
Yes, because you guys are on rough terrain. It's like 2. You need double the actions to move.
Didn't say we used 2.
I did.
What was the devil's name?
I said
there?
normally you guys get 2 actions a day, but because this is rough terrain, this is your 1. Bloop, and then you guys got to the road. That's what I said.
Oh, this is your 1. That's okay. I see.
Yeah.
I did not hear that.
What's the devil farmer's name?
Oh boy, let me go pull up my.
Why would you put a gym on the spotlight?
It's important. I'm taking notes.
Do we ever ask his name?
We did. I know we said it before, but it's been like 2 months
Well,
in
he
real
told.
time.
Well,
It
he
is
to-
possible he actually might not have told us his name. Have been
well,
like, "Ma,
you
no,
guys, you
name's
guys, you
good.
guys had
Ow."
asked, and he said it's not important, and it's really hard for normals to pronounce. So I just prefer to leave it at farmer, and you could call me that. That's what he told you.
That's right. Yeah, devils, especially those that make contracts, don't like us to know their names.
Yeah.
And we've just made a contract with this guy.
Yeah.
I don't think that was smart.
I don't think that was smart.
Who does that?
But you know, it's okay. I'm sure this won't bite us in the ass later. We'll be fine.
It's gonna bite us in the ass in a fun way. I hope.
All right.
Dude, you made yourself a promise now.
Now you gotta keep it.
Right, but the causality is the other direction.
All right, business is business.
All right. Well,
No.
now we're heading west. So much west.
All right.
Possibly too much west.
Yep. 2 actions a
Slightly
day.
west.
You guys travel. Doot. You could give me your D100 if you want blind for interesting things that happen along your travel. Who does
How many? How many?
that? Just 1 D100. Oh man, here we go.
That sure
again.
was a result between 1 and 100.
Yeah, sure was a result indeed. And let me compare this to the table here. Aha! And as you guys continue going along, your path gets considerably more rocky along the edges of the path. Seems like there's not as much sand here, though. The little things that you see in these things, little animals, stuff like that, seem to generally avoid you guys for some reason. Odd.
I mean, that's a pretty normal animal thing.
Yeah. All right.
Con party. This I don't remember I don't remember what it used to say. Con party. It is certain death. Don't leave him alone.
Kind of jumping the gun there.
Now, squinting at this methodically, it's going to take us the same amount of time either way. So I vote we just keep going west and don't even bother with Arkela.
Yeah, I can see the road from here. Let's just cut across straight to it.
Just cutting across.
Basically, yes.
All right. You guys doing anything to negate the 1 day's worth of rough terrain because you're going off the road with that?
Well, I mean, I can fly, but not everybody else can.
I can fly. I can fly.
Steady, can you jump really high so it's like you fly?
Go ahead.
No, this isn't City of Heroes. I don't have the jump power.
Steady
Just
jumps.
fly a
He doesn't
fourth
come down.
Okay, fourth level spell.
Jumping was
Steady.
actually the best way to get around Morrowind.
You just have to pull the link and just, flip constantly.
Okay, who can't fly?
Steady.
Me. The
Just
shoot
you?
dead.
Okay.
And Ring Dancer, technically.
Ah.
Oh, I was right. I think aren't on the.
Though
I think-
Ring Dancer could ride the SETI chute. Ah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
the other
happening.
problem with steady is that like steady theoretically could potentially ride somebody, except is bigger than everyone else.
Also, like, you'd be asking Ring Dancer to, like, yeah, no, that's not happening. She's not gonna do that.
I mean, I guess we're just traveling, so yeah, we can. If we take 10 minutes to swap my spell, I can cast Fly. Both of them as a 7th level spell, lasts an hour level.
There you go.
Yay!
I mean, does it even take 10 minutes? This could just be what you prepared this morning.
Yeah.
This is true.
All right, and you
Okay.
guys do such things. Ring Dancer looks entirely uncomfortable, but
Oh.
sticks around.
It doesn't last an hour level, it lasts 1 hour, because Pathfinder 2 doesn't have anything that lasts anything per level.
Well, it's
That's usually
12.
not a thing.
It's 12 miles. We should be able to get across that easily.
Well, what's your fly speed when you're casting fly?
Your
That's a good
speed,
question.
or 20, whichever's higher.
Very fair.
All right.
It's so 30.
I need Pathfinder 2. Where's the overland travel in Pathfinder 2?
Also, if you heighten it to 7, it increases an hour technically to fly.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, it's 5. Otherwise, it's
Yeah,
5
yeah.
minutes.
Fair
There you
enough.
go. Most of us are. Yeah, it looks like 30 at a speed of that. You would get about 3.25 miles.
Helpful
Which
DR.
I don't think is long enough.
If you do have spells for it, there are spells to just make difficult terrain not difficult terrain, which will also work.
Look,
Yeah, what is
I
that?
am a water firebender. What do you want?
Mud. Lots of mud and glass.
I can do that, but guess what that is? That's more difficult terrain.
Darn it.
That's a spell that removes difficult terrain? What?
Difficult terrain I'm not sure. Let's see.
I haven't picked all of my spells, but I wouldn't be surprised if a primal spell has something that can remove difficult terrain.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Magic
I
Primal
just
action.
realized the thing, guys. I have a solution.
Oh.
Aren't you
Okay.
happy? Be happy.
No.
Oh.
Um,
Wait. Okay. No, it actually isn't a solution because Big Horse is big.
How dare you?
sorry.
Darn you, Big Horse.
This is exactly why he's played as an awkward boy. This is like, oh, what's this? You're too big for everything.
Oh.
Sorry.
Well, to save real time, what if we just hoof it across the desert and we can rest when we get to the other side?
Yeah.
We can rest when we want to.
Alright, you guys get across the way. It takes a grander portion of the day arguing between just like not being able to fly and the people who can't fly. It's a pretty fun little conversation you guys have, I'm sure. You guys get across here and everybody's tired. It's the desert. Do you guys have water on you, by the way? Of course you do. You have a little spout. I have a little spout.
Yeah.
Hi!
I was about to-
Also-
I don't know why I
also-
was even asking that question, honestly. But
I have create food. Why
Also-
don't I have create water?
also that.
Because Little Spout.
Yeah, also because
Little
I
spout
had
bath
create
water.
water
approved.
and then all my stuff got messed up.
Oh.
Okay.
But yes, Little Spout can make water. That's the thing that she can do.
Water's made.
Okay.
Woo! And you guys go to bed. Sleep. Sleep, sleep, sleep. And wake up the next day. Woo! There you are. You're on the
Oh
road again.
God, there's more days.
More days. Alright.
Ends up early with his alchemical lab out, mixing his potions and elixirs.
Hot ions.
Alright. And you guys prepare your various things. I need a D100 as you guys do 2 things today.
Sorry, I just pressed up and enter.
Going along
that?
this way, you do find a couple interesting things, namely one cart which seems to be broken down, and it seems to have been here a while. Sand is kind of like duned up onto it pretty much, and then some of the wood that you can see are little arrows that have impacted the side.
Ooh, abandoned property. Gonna roll perception and then search around the cart to see if there's anything worth selling.
Go for it. Little spout, you don't see anything. I mean, it just looks like a bunch of pile of wood and mostly rotted. Probably, something you could wave off is probably full. However, Orion, you notice that there's probably a little bit more under the thing, and then starting to search under it, moving some of the wood. I mean, it is old wood. It kind of collapses in places that it's difficult to see. What's what under there. But you do manage to find something. Let me pull out my notes here. Hold on. Orion.
It's just me gasping with astonishment.
Oh.
You find a mysterious object.
Hey guys, check out this object. It's all mysterious and stuff.
Oh yeah, I can't
Wow,
even tell
I've
what it is.
never seen something quite that mysterious before.
Yeah, it is an unusual snare.
A snare.
It's in a little kit, effectively, that seems to have just been opened but not messed with and closed again. You are free to give me an identification for it.
Would crafting be able to identify it?
Yes.
I shall roll that.
Crafting would get you. It is a warning snare.
Ooh. Fancy. Too fancy.
Ryan looks at the warning snare, looks at the cart. It looks like it didn't work for this person.
Well, they didn't set it up.
Nope. Didn't look like
Terrible
it.
shame.
Yeah.
Maybe if they did, they wouldn't have had a problem.
Ryan's gonna add that to his inventory.
How dare.
Just add it to the inventory. And you guys sleep through the night. In this area, I take it?
Yeah.
Sure.
I asked mysteriously.
Abandoned?
Magnificent mansion.
Yeah. Into the mansion you go. The fancy mansion.
Yay. That's true. We have a fancy super mansion inside of this area.
And the entrance is like a single doorway.
Steady looks at his cool tent and is like, "It's all right. You'll be fine. Everything will be all right."
You get the impression that the tent is slightly more consoled by the fact that you still care about it.
Yeah.
All right.
Did the arrows look well crafted or standard?
That is a... Ooh, what would that be? I would say that's another craft check. Let's see it.
Already.
These arrows do not seem very well crafted, and well, at least one of them doesn't. Some of the others, it seems to be this weird mishmash of various different things. The one might provide a clue as to where these are. It seems to be hand-hewn by tiny hooves. Tiny hooves, and perhaps, the others, given the fact that those ones are crafted, just seems like whoever shot these probably got their arrows from a number of different places.
Just to remind, for food, Little Spout is indeed pulling out that cauldron every night. Clong.
Clong. Little Spout, that reminds me of the Atlantis with the guy that brings up like the soup, the soup every night.
I mean, that is what's happening. Yes.
What's his name? I forget who he is. I'll have to pull it up after session, but he's funny. He's one of my.
The guy that's one of his major food groups is lard.
Yeah, like I got all your major food groups right here: beans, bacon, biscuits, and lard. It's got the pot.
Lettuce.
Oh man, that's just a Little Spout energy every time she pulls this up. All right. However, next day you guys awaken bright and early in the wonderful, magnificent mansion, which is not the scorching heat of the desert. Thank you very much. And step out, and what you'd come to find is that some of those arrows have gone missing. Yeah.
I didn't take all of those arrows.
Little spout squints suspiciously.
Ryan's gonna walk around the doorway to see if anybody tried to break in last night.
The doorway is invisible when you guys are in it.
Oh, I thought it was always present. Okay. Well, I'm still going to sniff around in the sand to see if anybody left tracks.
Stepping around in the sand, you do see tracks indeed. In fact, really small pony tracks. Several of them gobbo tracks.
There's Gobbo's a hoof.
Remind us what a gobbo is. No.
Do you want an image?
My gosh.
Yes, I would like an image, but perhaps we could wait for the if we have an encounter.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, it's true. If you don't know what gobbos are, you don't know what gobbos are.
Yeah. And I don't know if they're common back home.
They're common enough to be a race.
I mean, would that be a society thing?
I would say yeah. That would be a society thing.
That's the thing. Little Spot doesn't have, so she won't roll it.
Easy. I
A
asked,
question.
but don't know.
A question, GM. A lot of my sensory abilities, like my acute sense of smell, is tied to my rage. Is it possible to rage outside of combat to gain those abilities for, say, tracking?
That's okay. We just could be exhausted for a little bit if you want to do it before combat.
I mean, just to put it out there, if there's no fight, your rage immediately ends. That's literally how it works.
Man.
True.
I hate to be the deliverer of bad news.
All right. I'm going to roll
You can't
society,
range
too.
outside of a fight?
Not really.
I guess it's like the
It's kinda
panache. Is it kind of like the panache in the way that it really only is like a benefit in fight?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. It's just like, what's your benefit to hit in combat?
I guess if something is trying to hide in the midst of combat, that's when it would come into play.
There it is. Until it lasts for 1 minute, until there are no enemies you can perceive, or until you fall unconscious, whichever comes first.
All right.
Okay.
What is that survival check for?
Oh, was that
So
survival?
say-
That was supposed to be society, sorry.
Yeah, but that means you could technically rage out of combat and it would immediately turn off. Oh.
All right. What is the society check for?
To learn about
You did
Gobbos.
society check.
Ah, gobbos. Little green pony things. They're the size of Little Spout, as per apparent by the hoofs. You know that they are a pretty touted nuisance around societies in general. They typically get a lot of their stuff from those places. They don't like reading a number of information from them. Almost a critical amount of information, as a matter of fact. Is there anything specific you
Nice.
wanted to learn about gobbos?
Let's
They're
see.
not nearly as cute as Little Spout.
What is their biggest weakness?
Reading.
Reading. Already. What is a guaranteed way to have a Gobbo surrender to you immediately?
There is no guaranteed way. That's like asking what's the most guaranteed way to make a Persian bend to my will. It's a silly question.
All right. What do Gobbo civilizations typically favor above all else?
Strong
You
leader.
were asking strange questions.
I disagree.
What?
This is pertinent information.
Strong
Alright, so
leader.
I
what
didn't hear.
What do
Strongly-
Gobbos favor above all else?
The strongest and greenest leader.
Who's the greenest among us?
You.
Oh no!
Oh,
no. No, he's definitely not the greenest out of all of us.
I will have
Oh,
you
wait,
know I am
was
a
thinking
beautiful
the wrong
blue
person
hue.
talking. I thought the wrong person was talking.
All eyes turn to steady shoot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no.
As
Steady
he's
shoot.
as he's musing aloud, basically like, oh, and if I remember correctly, they like they're obsessed with the biggest and greenest goblins.
How's your Gobbo?
I mean, yes.
Is that anything?
technically-
Is Gobbo anything like Sphinx?
If you want to speak in the language of Gobbler, you gotta know Goblin. Goblin is the language.
Yes. That no. In character, he's saying, is
Oh.
Gabo anything like Sphinx?
I don't think so.
Is it common?
Maybe I have a written example down
No,
here somewhere. Let me check my notes.
Not different. Yes, it's different.
Then I don't know it.
I do.
Wait, do you know Goblin?
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
That is fantastic.
That's funny.
I just
Alright.
happened to, at the last level up, take the thing that gives me like a shit ton of languages. So yeah, I kind of have a whole bunch.
So you
of
took the
languages, including
linguist
Goblin.
archetype?
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
So I
Well,
only have multilingual 4 times, at least 3 times.
There's no such thing as a language not worth knowing.
Right.
except Vegapigme apparently.
Yeah, 3 times.
Vegapigme.
No,
Rip.
nothing has Vegapigme. What the hell is a Rooksy? Why do I have a what is a Rooksy for?
You know what? We're gonna
Something
come across.
change?
We're gonna come across it at least once, and when we do, you're gonna be glad you took that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that again?
I have no idea.
Language of the Aruxi, obviously. Clearly.
All right. Well, Ryan looks to the party. Well, the Gobos attacked this cart a long time ago, and they've recently passed through this last night while we were sleeping. We might encounter them, but let's see. My society roll would let me know that they're mostly nocturnal, correct?
No.
No. Okay.
Like,
so
I'm
we
saying,
couldn't.
like, no, you wouldn't know that because, once again, it's a silly question. Like,
I mean, you could have
Gabos are
potential-
the menace of everybody. They're not just nocturnal creatures. Like, however, I mean, it's kind of one of those things where, like, you can presume, certainly, that, like, the best time to attack people is probably at night. Doesn't mean they're nocturnal.
But if they don't read, maybe they don't know that it's the best time at night. Without being able to read Art of War, would they have attacked at night?
Is that how it works?
It's not how it works.
I mean, I've got a lot of meta knowledge on Gobos, so I guess I'll try not to cheat. But anyway, we are clearly in Gabo territory, so we should be on an extra sharp lookout.
All right.
Mm.
Keeping
Hello.
on. Hello.
I had 3
Ansel.
alarms set. 3.
Oh, you're
And
okay.
I
So
updated
you're-
my phone and it wipes them all.
Antiel
You're
has-
rejoining us?
Yes.
Antiel
Excellent.
has been busy with Orion looking over really small hoof prints in the sand and determining the presence of Gabos.
They attacked this cart that's been dilapidated, you see. The cart had an alarm snare, but it wasn't set up, so we took it for ourselves. And in the middle of the night, while we were sleeping inside Stardancer's big grand tent thing, they left fresh prints.
Dimensional Mansion.
That thing, yeah. So we're in Gabo territory, and we know that they hate writing, and they love the biggest and greenest thing they know.
Yeah.
Also, we teleported here. Kind of. We teleported close by, and then we walked here.
Yep. Party is currently heading up to Holbeck, Antiel, as there's a really important little art artifact that they have. Well, it could be fetch a high price, what the idea is, if I recall correctly.
That's what makes it important.
Yes. All right.
Is it-
So continuing on your way, 2 hexes, 1, 2. There we go. We go onward, onward and upwards. I need a D100. Let's go. Let's go.
he was ready.
Nice.
Apparently.
Woo! And as you guys go through this wonderful, wonderful day, nothing accosts you. Ooh, how strange.
Aw.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
That's just what the Gabos want you to
So wait,
think.
is Orion green in that picture because of the yellow light? But he's blue normally, or is
No,
he-
he's not green at all. He's always blue. He's always
Okay.
been blue.
Who's
Okay,
blue?
I mean, to be honest, in one of the images you posted, there is actually a very large amount of green, but that's because of the yellow light. So it looks very green.
Yeah, okay.
Look,
Yeah, I see it now.
If you want a green boy, we got Study Shoot right
It's
there.
true. We have the largest, greenest boy.
Alright, well, nothing accosts you this wonderful, wonderful day, and you guys go back into your magnificent mansion, I take it, yes?
That's right. They can.
Yeah.
Before Orion does, he's going to do a little bit of scouting in the immediate area to see if there's any signs of gobos.
Go for it.
I rolled perception.
Alright, taking a quick look around, you do not see any signs of gobos.
Can we make like a spell just in case they're trying to ambush us at night, and we
Ooh.
just aren't here because there's a door and it's gone.
As a matter of fact, I will make use of the warning snare.
You guys set up the warning snare?
Yes.
Alright.
Like, if they're gonna try to ambush us at night, why would they steal this stuff and leave? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. We're in a magical realm.
As a matter of fact, we should lay some bait close to the warning snare. What would a gobbo?
I do want to impress upon you the fact that if you set the snare out and you go into the Magnificent Mansion, you will be prevented from hearing the little snare part. So if you're gonna...
Yeah. Can our ranger like put a trap up? No, they'll probably just take them down.
You know what? That's okay. Set it up anyway, because if it goes off and it is gobos, it would probably screw with them, and that's an Orion thing to do. So yeah, we're going to set up the warning snare and sleep soundly and comfortably inside the gigantic mansion.
Alright, you do so. Setting up the and are you just going into it?
I mean, I imagine everybody's sleeping in it.
Well,
That's what it's there for.
I'm just telling you that, like, the warning snare specifically says you could detect the sound as long as you're within X amount of feet from it and aren't prevented from hearing it. Going into this mansion is going to prevent you from hearing it. That
Yeah.
defeats the purpose.
No. Dr. Orion is going to get his beauty sleep.
Oh, okay.
This will upset the gobos if they set it off.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's what he's. And like maybe there's a snare, and maybe one will be suspended because he'll scare him off. We don't know. Probably not, but
The idea is pretty much what Steady Shoot said. If they set it off, it's going to screw with them.
As you set up the thing and you guys go to sleep, the night is restful. In fact, like none of the unseen servants in the Magnificent Mansion do much to bother you in the way. How nice of them! They're not rude.
yes. So when we get up, is the hair gone from the closet?
Waking up, you guys go down to go see if the bait is gone, and yes, the bait is gone. There's a lot of little prints around the area, and several what looks to be torn up books.
Whose books are these?
It's just around.
I mean, does it look like the aftermath of a football game? Like there's just litter everywhere?
Kinda, except it's it's not like a lot. It's just like 2 or 3 books that they seem to have had joy in ripping up in this area.
Oh, as you do.
Can we identify the books like from some of the texts?
Now give me academia would do, sure, or perception, either one. I'll do either one. Let's do.
Star Dancer, do you recognize any of these poor books? I guess not.
Star
I
Dancer.
mean, we could actually look at the books.
Yeah, you can kind of start like looking through some of the things. It's really
Is it working now? Okay.
There you go.
My mic
Yeah.
stopped working again.
Oh,
Oh,
Welcome back.
would do it.
Yeah, so academia, right?
yep.
Okay.
A lot of the little pieces of this book are a little too small to make, but a couple by Anziel's paws as you guys step out seem to be big enough to make. This seems to be somebody's diary, by the looks of it.
Ooh.
Huh.
That makes it even more interesting. I thought it was just like they raided a library.
No,
Think we did?
it could be.
Can we read any of the text? like enough of the text to figure out what it's saying, or no?
Yes. The one by your pause there, Anziel, does start with the words, or just start with the date, which was dated seemingly about a month ago.
I'm gonna pick it up and hold on to that piece,
You hold on to the piece.
and just put it in my backpack for later.
Nice. You've gained one diary piece with a date dating back 1 month ago from this day.
Wait, what if we just take some time, gather up all the pieces we can see, and then I'll try to put it back together tonight?
Is that what you're doing for the rest of the day? Because that's how long it would take.
No. I'll tell you what, we'll grab some random pieces and see if we can piece together what it was about from that. So just like a few minutes of grabbing close by papers.
Would be one of your actions for today if you're doing that.
Yeah, okay. No. Well, I mean, actually, party. I am kind of curious about this. Would y'all mind spending the day collecting the paperwork? Because all we need to do is go to Holdback right now.
Little Spot is okay with this.
Any objections?
No.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna. Littering is bad. Pick up that litter.
Pick up that litter! Alright.
Best character.
A day is spent trying to put this together. I will take a crafting roll from whoever is doing the putting together.
Ryan. In fact, I have sovereign glue.
What?
Look
We
at
are
you go.
really gonna put this together.
That's. I don't think that works on book ends.
He's doing
We are
his best.
We are binding this book back
What's
together, and
your
you can't
crafting
do anything.
bonus? I assume it's higher than mine, but what's your crafting bonus?
It's plus 24. It's my best roll.
Okay. Only 3 less than mine.
With that crafting roll and the help of your party trying to figure out which, pieces go what where, which actually I should get a perception roll for those looking around for the pieces, because if you're crafting it together, everybody else is looking
Sure.
for the... Yeah, that would work. Go
We
for
have
it.
Anfield.
Let me put my
Do I have a spell that would help with this?
A spell for everything.
Probably not. Disintegrate. No, wait.
I mean, that is kind of Stardancer's build is what's Stardancer's build? A spell for everything.
Yeah, that's why PF2 was so
Okay.
annoying until the flexible casting came in.
With the additional
Still not
help
great.
from everybody, it's actually, you guys are able to find like the bits and pieces which as you guys start putting it together do seem to be written in Sphinx. Go figure. So even Steady Shoot is able to help, and he does so well.
Even
Orion,
Steady Shoot can help. Hey.
yeah. Orion, you kind of like tessellate the pieces back together, in kind of a somewhat readable format. It's barely like half a page, but pretty much what you get is the rest of, I guess, like about a couple sentences of a diary entry, dated, of course, with the day that Anziel has currently in his bag. Date, dear diary. Today we had an eventful travel, going down from Holbeck to Marlton. The trip to Dakli has been great. Ivory's been helping out. It's been great. It's been a fun travel so far. And then the page cuts off.
We had seen that there was a destroyed caravan, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is loot probably from that caravan.
Steady Shoot. Your girlfriend showed back up again.
What? Oh, it did
Ivory
say
dropped.
Ivory, didn't it? It doesn't necessarily mean Ivory dropped. There are other people named Ivory. It's probably Ivory drop. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's been way too many coincidences until this point. It's probably
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Your girlfriend keeps leaving notes and books behind for us.
Yeah. you're
It's
right.
beyond coincidence at this point.
Also, is Anfield the only one that can't read Sphinx?
Oh, you can't read Sphinx?
No.
Oh no!
I thought that was your
I mean,
native-
Steady
He's
had
perfect.
exactly one language, and then was mind whammied into knowing Sphinx.
You're gonna learn this! Smack! Take all that damage.
Oh.
I know Sphinx now, guys. Oh.
Oh, that language that I had no idea with is lizard folk. Okay, so that's why I took it.
All right, so that's the front page. What does the rest of the diary talk about?
You could not piece together any other parts of that diary from how bad it was ripped up. That was kind of like
It was
based
only
on the
written
rules.
on one side.
Yeah, it was only on the one side.
Okay, so it's basically the last page of whatever it was.
Yeah, pretty much. Like you guys got like the
Great.
last bit, like entry before whatever happened.
Do we want to try and deal with this and see if we have to?
Do you think the Gobos have more pieces to the diary?
I'm thinking more along the lines of, do the Gobos have hostages? I don't care about retrieving the diary all that much, but
Well, if this was dated a month ago, and they had already traveled from Hulbeck to Marlton, and it's here, maybe they were traveling back from Marlton. It's possible the hostages are still alive.
yeah, maybe they got away. I'm asking you, do we want to deal with it? Do we want to try to deal with this? I mean, we don't know if anything happened.
Maybe if we take a closer look at the tracks, we might be able to at least find out what direction the Gobos retreated to. And then we can make a decision from
So
there.
he just sort of looks over at
Is
Ansel.
that a survival?
Yes.
That would also be one of your adventuring activities today. Would be to search the hex that you're in. If you're going to use your second one to search around for tracks.
Is that what we're doing?
Sounds like it. At least we've taken an interest of some kind.
All right, Ansiel, with your, do you have any other like tracking feats that I should be aware of and things? Because you're rangers.
I have. Oh man, I have so much stuff. No, that's not it. Sorry, I have like 30,000 things I have to look at now.
Right. Well, like I was just making sure because rangers have like a billion things about tracking and whatever ones would kind of probably help you in this situation. Would be good.
That's Hunter's Edge. What is the hunt prey action? Okay, I don't think so.
Experience tracker. To follow trail of pause, track move at full speed. If you're a master in survival, are you master in survival?
I am only trained in survival.
Gotcha. All right. I'm just looking here. I noticed one. Doesn't seem like there's any others that I see here. All right. With that, you get that the Gobos clearly have been on a hunting path. Like, I mean, there's no stops on where they are except for around here where your guys make invisibility door. Like, where your guys' tracks end is where theirs end. And then the tracks lead, you know, back into, like, the sands out into the desert. Probably outside of your hex. If you guys are going to go head out in that direction. Seems like they were following you.
If they're following us...
Then we have fans.
Star Dancer, do you have any arcane traps that go kaboom?
I don't think so. Are there any? I don't remember coming across a spell like that when against PF2.
You could give me an Arcana roll if you'd like.
Sure, because why not?
Your wonderful academic knowledge from Erelom to get you that Glyphs of Warding would probably be the exploding type, but would also probably require something that would actually be willing to read the thing.
Why are we trying to explode them?
Well, if they're following us, we could probably set up a trap to thin their numbers out.
Again, why? They obviously can't hurt us because we're going to the mansion every night. And why do we need to kill them?
Yeah, but they're being a nuisance. Look what they did to this book. Look what they did to the haulers of that poor cart.
Do you become a luminous faithful?
What?
When did you become a luminous faithful?
Who?
The one that's complaining about books.
It's not just the books.
Uh,
It's about the principle of the matter. These things are trying to track us down. They're tearing up books. Ivory Drop is somehow involved, and she seems to tie all of this together, at least while Steady shoots around.
If you care about Luminous so much, she'd say you should make friends with them. So there.
At the very least, we should meet them.
You don't meet things by exploding them.
Maybe you don't.
So I vote we keep going.
Yeah, I
Really
suppose
have
we
a
have spent
reason to
enough time on this.
explode them.
All right, are you guys gonna continue on going?
Yeah.
All right. You guys use one adventuring activity to move. Oh no, you guys used the one to search. Sorry. So today you guys would pretty much go back into your fancy home. Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Ryan.
we can get from to here, right?
Well, you guys spent an action doing the putting it together. Spent an action
Yeah.
doing survival. That was your 2 actions.
Oh, well, never mind then.
Yeah, it was like searching the hex. That's searching is an exploration activity.
All right. Ryan sets the warning snare back up, but in a different location.
You do so in a different location.
Surely this time it'll work.
Yes. Going to
Can
sleep.
I,
What?
before we go to bed, can I just create fake tracks going to like 100 feet away from the door?
Sure. What direction?
South from the door.
South from the door. Okay, so you're kind of going off the trail.
Yeah, and and then I'll go ahead and utilize my trackless steps when I head back. So that way they don't realize what happened.
Gotcha. Okay, fair enough. And you do so. Going out, coming back, and you guys go to sleep for the day. Waking
That's
up next day, you guys do go out and see there are more tracks. Specifically, there was obviously a little bit of kerfuffle around the little warning snare that you guys had set up, but the little tracks do follow out the southward tracks that went out. And at the end of where your tracks stopped, Anseal, there's another bout of ripped up pages and book.
Alright, well, let's look at this destroyed book.
Okay, someone's doing something purposely with this. Maybe. Scattering book pieces purposely, anyway.
What's the date on this one? Is it a month prior to the current date again?
You go look at what this one is. That's going to be a perception check to find some place that some piece that might give you a clue as to what that is. Looking through the bits and pieces here, you find what seems to be should be blind steady shoot.
Alright.
Yeah, blind. You guys find roughly the same kind of thing. This one doesn't really have a date attached to it. What it seems to be is a instruction manual of some kind based on like the printed nature of it. Just seems to be ripped up. In general, you get a couple words here and there. Something gambling, something like slots. It's some kind of book that gives instructions on something.
Oh, okay, like an instruction book. Okay. Sorry.
Where that?
Sorry.
I don't know if we should spend the whole day, otherwise we'll just be chasing around these gobos and never confront them.
No, it is time to move forward.
No, if we want to confront them, we just wait until the night.
We could just,
Well, if
use the
they're-
tent instead of the mansion and...
Yeah.
I see some vegetation on the map here. If there's some trees, I'll hide out in the trees and wait for them.
This is like savannah. There's very little trees in this area.
Very little, but there are trees.
Savannah.
What I'm saying is like they're not like really that
Maybe.
hideable. It's like, oh boy, the one lone tree in this giant plain. I'm gonna go hide there. It's like you're literally putting yourself up on a giant, the tallest thing in the area. That's not exactly hiding.
Visibility is
That's
for how long does that last?
That's a risk I'm willing to take. All right. So are we moving 2 hexes today?
If you guys want,
No objections.
going once,
Right.
going
Yeah.
twice.
Let us move.
Sold.
All right.
All right.
Oh, 10 minutes.
I need a D100. Let's
Okay.
see the D100. Oh, no, you don't want to hear it. There you go. All right. As you move your D100's worth of space, 'cause that's how that works. You continue to go along the area, and nothing accosts you during the day.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
How are you guys setting up for the night?
I say we set up watches tonight, but no fires, no lights.
I'm down.
Not going in the Magnificent Mansion?
No, I wanna have a confrontation with these gobos. I wanna see what they're about.
All right. 3 watches for the night then. Roll your perceptions blind.
Yeah.
Order. We'll go from there.
I'll take middle watch, dead of night.
I'll take first watch.
Blast watch then, I guess.
Inseal, Orion, and third one, Little Spout. There we go. All right, Inseal. As you start the watch, you're looking around. You're trying to keep an eye out for anything that might be coming your way, though you do not hear it. Though it is when you start going over to Orion to start, poking him, wait for his, poke. It's your watch time, right? That's when you see it. Down in the distance, a little glint of something. Something sparking. And then rolling your way in between you and Orion.
Oh no.
Just smoke. And then as the smoke starts to expand more and more, kind of, making you guys cough a little bit. It's a very acrid smelling kind of smoke. You start hearing it. All around.
Ezio, what did you eat?
I didn't eat anything. They threw a smoke bomb at us.
Oh, they're here. All right, everybody wake up. They're here. Orion raises the alarm.
Ding, 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 ding. The alarm's raised if the coughing didn't already do it. And, I mean, by the time, people are up onto their feet, looking around, the smoke clears, there are a good 15, 16 different green little ponies with red eyes and fangs looking at you with various different spears poking up your way. They do not look all too happy with you guys, and in fact, I do have a portrait of what the Zagabos do.
Yes. That's what
Alright.
we were looking for.
Yes!
It's the whole purpose of the session.
Yes, the little Gobos with their fangs and everything. There you go.
There they are.
Ba, 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 ba.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And
little Spout inclines her head a little bit. They barely outnumber us 2-1. That's not even close to fair for them.
yeah,
One jabs at you. Jab, little Spout. Jab, jab.
What did he say?
This one is poking. You, drop! That's what he's saying.
Okay, all that's just getting cut out. I
Yeah.
can't
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
understand.
yeah. I couldn't understand it either.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Is Crisp doing a thing? Let me make sure. Oh, yeah, I do have Crisp on, don't I?
I mean, I'm pretty sure you're speaking in Gabo, so most of us can't understand you anyway.
Right. Okay.
That's true, but
All right,
someone
all right.
has. But the person who's
In-
technically able to should.
In Goblin, you understand. You, drop. It's like poking at little Spout, just saying drop. Drop.
Oh, drop what?
It's just pointing at they're jabbing at little Spout with the point, not lethally, not drawing blood, but enough to get a no pun intended point across. Poke. Drop.
I mean, this is the part where Little Spot just goes straight up.
And then they all start like pointing.
Nice little jets of flame.
Tell you to drop? I don't understand what's going on here.
Yeah. Well, as Little Spout starts going up into the air, like
Little Spot
whooshing.
just goes, "Sorry, my people need me."
And as she starts going up because her people need her, all the gobos that are directly under her look like they start freaking out. And they're pointing upwards, and then like in Goblin, you understand pretty much just like she rise, she does up. Why? They're freaking out. They're running around in circles. It's
Is there one in front of Orion?
yes, and he is like he's got his spear pointed like right at your neck, but he's watching Little Spout go up, very distracted right now.
Orion says, "Aw, look how small and cute they are."
Bah!
And
Bah!
then he pats it on the head.
Smack! He smacks your hoof away with the bah! 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 And he points again. And in Gobbo, you understand the start answer just no dog.
Dog? What?
That's what you hear.
Orion rolls,
pet.
Orion rolls onto his back and looks up at the puny Gobbo.
You roll up onto your back?
Yeah.
Yeah, he jumps onto you, and then like the butt of his spear goes. He like plants it kind of like a flag, like right on your tummy. And then Lysander start answer. You kind of hear just like we win, we have captured the leader.
Apparently, they've captured you, and you're the leader.
I am? Finally, some recognition.
According to them, I mean,
It's not,
yeah.
I thought he's not green enough.
Antiel,
Yes.
as you are being like hounded by multiple different spears, one of them actually like holding like a bow, like aimed at you. Your experience with bow tells you that he is probably this is not a bow that he is used to having. He is holding it shakily. He looks like he's about to misfire, but he's because the arrow's doing that thing where you pull the arrow, but like the arrow kind of doorways to the left a little bit, and you have to kind of like correct it back under the thing, right? And he's like kind of holding it there, and then suddenly you just get a very hard chomp onto your tail. Chomp. It hurts. There's a gobbo in the end that's biting.
Antiel instinctively kicks.
Kick. You kick, and I mean, poof, big old pot of the face, and he falls backwards. Start answer. You understand all of that, and it's not something that is PG-13.
You'd get YouTube demonetized. We can't do that.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah, he's not happy with that.
Yeah. Steady Shoot wants to loom over one of them, whatever one is close to him.
Give me an intimidation check.
Yeah. Blind or not?
Yes, blind.
Blind Jim. There we go.
So usually that's not blind unless their frightenedness is mystery.
True. That is true. All right. I'll reveal it. All right.
Pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's pretty damn good. And you loom over one of them. Which one are you looming over? I'm curious.
I mean, is there... first off, the first one would be a target of opportunity as the one nearest him. The second one would be whoever is like, I've got the leader! And I would just, walk over there and be like...
Loom. Yeah, well, you start, kind of, walking, and, the bunch of spears don't stop you. In fact, they already look scared enough of you. And that one who looks, incredibly smug that they've caught the leader, suddenly, his ears pull back, and he blinks up, and he starts looking up. And he takes his spear, and he clambers down. And start answer, you kind of understand, that was not the leader. And and he's looking up, and he shakily brings up his spear. Bah! And he's pretty much.
City just sort of puts the hard part of his hoof to the spear and pushes it down.
You start like pushing it down. He's freaking out. He's like trying to pull his spear up effectively. Like you're a few thousand pounds. He's snap. His spear breaks, and then he frantically looks toward one of his friends. Baba, Baba, and he's giving me like the give me look, like the give me, Baba, Ba, and his friends are all going no, and they hug onto their spears tighter.
Orion takes this opportunity to pull out one of his potions, and he rolls back onto his hooves and walks over to him and gives it to him.
You just give him a potion?
I give him a potion.
What color is the potion?
It is a magenta color.
Magenta. Give me a diplomacy roll.
Oh, I'm so good at those. Check this out.
Nothing can go wrong.
Star said something in the text, by the way.
Oh, so you asked. So what is actually going on here? Who are you asking?
In Goblin, so just the goblins.
Yeah. Like just in general.
Just whatever's closest.
And
the Gobos, whatever they are.
As you ask this question, and Orion like gives the magenta drink, he doesn't accept it. In fact, he points the broken end of his spear at it and like, pokes at the glass, almost knocking it from your hose. Not drinking this. No drink. No drink. That's what he answers.
And judging based on his body language and almost knocking it out of my hooves, Orion recovers. And he pats to his belly, and he's like, and then he offers it again.
Okay, give me another diplomacy check.
Oh, man. Hopefully I get a really great modifier because of my good roleplay.
Is that how it works?
I think so.
I mean, if this were 5e, they could give you advantage for your role-playing, but I'm not sure if there's a role-playing bonus in PM2.
It's the thing that's killing you here is the fact that both of your charisma rolls there are both untrained, Orion.
Yeah,
you start
kind of the thing I'm suffering from.
You kind of start like rubbing your belly, and he squints. He looks at his other mates who like you see that they're like kind of like give a shrug. Does your potion have a label on it?
No, I know exactly what my potions are. Why should I label them?
Okay. He.
Also, they hate to read, so it's possible that this might make them more suspicious.
Spoken like a programmer.
and he squints, and then the Gobbo seems to get a great, magnificent idea. Probably bad drink. You give it to friend, and then points to Anziel.
What did he say, Star Dancer?
He wants you to give it to your friend.
Oh, and Orion uses the thumb on his left wing to point to the potion and then point to Anziel. You want me to give this to him?
Papa! And he points toward the toward the cat again.
And Orion will waggle his left thumb. He's like, no. This is not for him. He's like exaggerating the way he's shaking his head. No. And he pulls out another potion. This one is like a really bright, pretty blue. It kind of glitters in the midst of it. He's like, this one's for him.
And they squint. They start talking.
Is it obvious that they understand, and they just don't want to speak common, or?
They seem to have like a very rudimentary understanding of like head shakes and general gestures. They certainly do not understand basic Sylvan.
Okay, Star's just gonna start translating for everybody.
Okay, yeah, and you start translating for everybody. Pretty much what you're translating is the group at large. Like he looks back. It's just like should we take it? It is pretty. It's not green. Well, no, it is not green, but you did it to make green. And they look at the potion again. We'll make green, he says, confused.
So what did they decide on, Start Answer?
He's translating.
I'm translating for everybody. So yeah.
Okay. It was like, green. Ooh, no, that's bad green. You don't want that green.
No, not that green.
Ooh, that's really bad green. You don't want that green.
They're like coming over to you, like a couple of the gobos, like very rudely, are like looking into your pack, like trying to get a good look into your pack as you're like rummaging through it.
And Orion's like, going through, picking one up. It's like, no, bad green, picking another one up. Ooh, really bad green. But then he's like, ooh, good yellow. You like yellow?
Mixin'! And they start pointing toward the yellow and the blue.
I think they really want something green.
Mix the yellow and the blue. Hang on. Do I have that alchemist ability that lets me combine elixirs?
Do you?
Oh, dude, I need that. Okay, out of character, I kind of messed up with Orion because I went the path of the barbarian. If I went alchemist, I could have taken that as an alchemist feat because that is a thing in PF2.
Yeah, it is, and it's a little expensive resource-wise, but like does let you have 2 potions. Just drink 1 potion, get it. Hey, what do I want? Give me the stone hoof potions and the elixir and the cheetah potion, so I can move really fast and punch. Okay.
Yeah, and it only takes a single action to drink it. That's the advantage of it.
Yeah. Or maybe the best potion, the mist skin potion. So,
GM,
and you can get green.
If I go and mix these 2 potions together without that ability, do the 2 potions become inert, or do they separate from each other like oil?
Rules as written, this is a very fancy way of probably destroying it.
Yeah. Like, I mean, like, what do you do when you combine 2 very unstable chemicals together? You probably create something different, or just ruin it altogether.
You know what?
Do it remotely so it doesn't explode in your face.
I've got a better idea. How about I take the magenta potion and I'll do some craft alchemy to put some inert compound into the potion to make it change color.
Okay, so
chemical
while
food
they're
coloring.
arguing this, Little Spout's going to descend like the little angel she is. So she's about 10 feet over where all this potion shenaniganry is happening.
Mm-hmm.
And she shall say the magic words while not trying to draw attention to herself, other than the fact that she is floating with fire.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just gonna color it green.
Yeah.
Green.
And while Orion is like scrambling through his alchemy lab, trying to just pull it out, he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, well, there you go."
prestidigitation.
Yeah,
sure.
like briefly, it was kind of one of those things where like suddenly, and then all the gobos all at once, all their attention just got drawn up, and they all went like, "Wow!" And then they look back, and now it's green. Wow!
Ding! It's
Oh,
even
Ryan.
better.
Orion smiles really big, and then he offers it to the gobbo who was standing in front of Steady Shoot. It's like, it's green now.
He drops his half-broken spear and like just takes it like very greedily, like "Yeah, and he runs away. And listen, Start Answer. If you're translating like subtly to him, he's pretty much like saying like, "Ha ha! I tricked them. I got their best screen. Now I will become the biggest screen like him." And then points toward Steady Shoot and just starts chugging the potion.
What does that potion do?
Yeah, what does it do? Oh no!
Orion starts laughing uncontrollably.
And he takes the potion, and they're all start counting, bah, 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 and translating from Gobbo, you're just getting big, 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 and then he starts, they all start, what, wah, bah, and then they're going forward, like all of them no, and he's having a little tantrum, and they all start kind of grabbing his hooves, no, and they're pulling all 4 of his hooves out in the 4 different directions. Stay big, stay big.
And Orion does this fake, "Oh no, this is awful. Star Dancer, let them know this is awful. That was not on purpose." And then while he
Completely deadpan repeats what he says.
Yeah.
Of course, sorry, I've just been kind of translating deadpan the entire time anyway, so it's just kind of like, yes, this is what they're saying.
Yeah, deadpan. They kind of like drop. They all like drop like the little small one who has now got a really squeaky gobbo voice.
That's gonna wear off, right?
probably.
And
Uh-huh.
and yeah, they're all looking back at you. And pointing up toward like look steady shoot again, and pretty much asking just like why does not work? Why does not work?
He doesn't understand them, so he's just like, although
Right.
started to say that it was doing that. Born this way.
All right. So,
Little spout sticks out her tongue. That's a lie. You weren't born that big.
they go over, like a couple of them go up to you, steady shoot, seemingly like looking still like slightly intimidated, but the way that they are speaking, Lysander can translate the fact they seem to be trying to appeal to your bigger nature, as they point toward Orion, effectively saying, like, can you please back him, please? I said please. And they say they nod, big, please.
I don't know how to. All right, I don't know how to. I don't know if he can.
A couple of them kind of bring forward some rope, and they hand you one end. I have idea. And they bring it to the tiny one, who is like blinking a little bit more scared, and starts tying it to one hoof. Freaking out.
What are you
Okay.
doing?
And then he gets more rope on the other side. He ties it to the other one. Okay, I pull, then you pull.
I think that will just.
All right.
Oh no!
So
I
Little
mean,
Sprout is preparing.
I'm looking at my.
preparing a spell now.
I'm actually looking at my spell list. I'm like, I actually could have enlarge. You don't have punches to do. You still have
you
spells.
pull.
Now, I will point out that I don't believe that would actually work right now because he's polymorphed.
I
I think
say polymorph on it, so if it would,
Yeah, you
and
can't have two
transmutation.
polymorphs.
I thought I could be wrong on shrink. Doesn't it specify that on the Nethys page that like enlarge cancels out shrink, and then vice versa?
If you cast it as somebody's casting Shrink, you can have them try to cancel out.
Ah.
That's totally legit tactic. Ching. However, it's still a polymorph. Two polymorphs, no good. They can't both be active. That's the bottom line. No.
It will wear off in a short amount of time. It's only 10 minutes.
However, Little Sprout's still going to do shenanigans because she can.
Okay.
So, bink.
Wow, what's your shenanigans? I'm like walking
So
around and getting things to drink. So.
The very moment the rope goes taut at all, even if it's just the other goblin doing his part to pull.
Oh, okay. If you use a second, polymorph, it counteracts the first, which is a counteract check. Compare the power of two forces to determine which defeats the other.
Okay, so if you succeed, you can cancel out the shrink.
There you go.
All right. I'll actually try this.
Are you casting that? Okay, then that probably happens before I do my thing. Then.
Okay. I'm like, he kind of rolls his eyes, like, all right, I pull, and then he starts. Let's see, what does polymorph say it does? It is somatic and verbal. So there's chanting and there's movements as I do it.
You start moving. Give me your counteract check.
I don't know how to counteract. What do we roll? Relevant skill modifier or other appropriate modifier to your check against the target's DC.
right, make a spell attack as if it was a spell that you were attacking with.
Okay. Actions.
If you go to your spells, your magic page, this would be a primal spell, right?
Okay. Plus 21 spell attack.
Yep.
Yep.
Against
1d20 plus that.
against his DC.
I have expert in primal.
It'd be the
Spell used
DC.
Master's DC.
It'd be the DC. Wait. Oh, this is an item, so it's just the DC of the level of the item. What the hell level is it? It's a shrinking potion. Well, now I gotta look up a shrinking potion. 1 second. Shrinking
Ryan,
potion.
what's the
Was it
what's
was it shrinking potion or
shrinking-
greater shrinking potion?
It's
Just a shrinking
it
potion.
doesn't have a level. It is simply its own thing. It is.
I know, man. I'm pulling it up.
I've got it right here. It's a level 4 DC 19.
Okay, we did it, guys. All right.
Oh, I have a 21
DC
spell attack.
19. Well, your odds are good.
I don't know where to click to do it, so I'm just gonna do this.
Slash R space
No,
1d20 plus.
On the let's see, on spellcasting.
Wait.
Can you not click the? Yeah, you can't click the number for spell attack.
No, seriously. Slash R space. There you go. That looks.
Did I roll a
Yeah,
1? I
yeah.
did not roll a 1. It counteracted.
You did not
but,
roll a 1.
No. But I would like the button because buttons are cool. I like buttons.
You're a button.
Yeah.
That's true. All right. So it does counteract it. In fact,
Oof.
All
Which
right.
means he gets biggened.
no. It says specifically. Enlarge says the target grows to size large.
As I said, he gets biggened.
Yes,
so
it does not. It does not do a step. It makes them large,
So
which
I-
is annoying
I
for
mean,
me.
shrink makes him tiny, so
As
Yeah.
you
I did-
start as
You're
you
going
as
three
you start to
sizes.
pull like from like the two corners, like there's a brief moment when you feel like, man, am I actually quartering this tiny thing? And then it just starts growing bigger, and you actually get like a little bit more leeway. And like they start
I'm gonna
pulling,
have to beat this
hammer,
up.
hammer, keep on going, and then they bigger, and then just whoomp. There's now a steady shoot sized gobbo right there.
I'm going to have to beat this up, aren't I?
And he
how,
like
how long did it last?
they're like on their back and they're blinking in
5 minutes.
disbelief. Whoa!
Oh my god.
Wow! And he's like looking at his
They're
phone.
gonna be like, do me next.
Yeah. And they all start cheering. Big green, big green. And then they all look. They all start like taking out what little like ropes or like rubber bands or bindings that they have. And they start like trying to affix it to their own hooves.
Of course.
I think we've made a mistake.
Have we?
And they all start.
That would imply we care about the well-being.
They all start crowding around Steady Shoot.
Oh,
I, mean,
I only do
cast
it.
so many times.
Yeah, I can only cast it so many times. It doesn't say how many spells I have, which is annoying. I think I probably only have like it's only 2. It's probably like 2, 3 max.
You only, yeah, you have 3 because you're a sorcerer.
No, it's
Or
this,
depends on the level.
yeah, it's a sorcerer. What's
Why-
it called? It's a sorcerer subclass though.
Yeah, so you should have a spellbook set up.
I do, but like I don't. It doesn't give a list of how many spells I have. Only that what spells.
what the
Only
heck?
what.
Is that gobble failing to eat a chicken?
I
That's
haven't.
goblin.
I haven't fully set it up. There's my problem.
That's a gobbo
Yeah,
in my
okay,
West March is named
it-
Grot.
Subclass, is it, what level spell is it?
There's level 2.
And what's the max you can cast?
I think 5.
Probably,
Uh,
probably 4, because that's what I have.
Steady
So you
shoot.
should
There's
have
something.
No,
on
no,
the
yeah,
back.
definitely not 5.
1 third level, 1 fourth level.
It probably. Yeah, I probably don't have as much as you do. But hold on.
Well, no, that's how much. It's just the way the subclass
Oh,
caster.
yeah, that's
works.
right. Because you're a subclassed sorcerer. That's right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
System Target Side, what's going on? What are you doing?
Okay. How many is it again?
There was like a good like 15 to 17.
What?
Gobbos, like around you.
Oh, I'm not gonna cast it on all of them. No.
Oh, okay.
I'm like
You can cast it twice.
I can. Yeah. Well, I mean, I can heighten it and cast it more if I wanted, but no.
Yeah.
It's up to y'all.
Oh, I don't have a 6th level spell, but I could choose 10 creatures to do it if I want.
All right. Well,
I'm
they're
like,
all
oh, no,
they're
no,
all
no, I can't
gesturing,
do
like they're crowding around. They're all at once,
No.
like being like big, me next.
I know. He's actually doing the thing where like he's waving his hooves and he's like, I can only do it so many times.
And do you translate this, Lysander? Start answer.
Yep.
You translate this, trying to call over the cacophony of gobos, and eventually they do calm down. As like one or two of them start to hear, what, and they all like they all look over, and then just collectively once they all start, they look so defeated.
It's also not permanent.
They look toward the other one, who stands up and is like he has just been like running in a circle, making as big of hoof prints as he can. Bah, 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 bah. And he's like he's doing that thing and like crushing down grass, but he's looking down. I'm so big, I'm bigger than you. And he points toward like one of the other gobos. He's like, you're not bigger than me. Yes, I am. Look. And he like poof, with his hooves just knocks him over. Bah, bah.
Don't make us shrink you again.
What? I don't do that. It's still wrong. And he shakes his head. Gobbo's best gobbo.
Huh.
Yes.
So why were you following us anyway?
And they blink. Bah! Ugh! And he blinks, and they all look toward the big one, as they are, and they blink. Because you, and they pointed, set off in the trap.
What?
Yeah, and they kind of nod. Yes, you set off in the trap. They nod. They start going. One of them starts going ding 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 ding.
And?
They're blaming us for setting off the trap.
Yes, we put in the trap in the woods, and you took in the trap. You set it off the trap.
What woods? We're in the desert.
No, the woods. And he points toward like he looks around for anything. He doesn't see anything, and then starts just like gesturing with his hose like in a plankular motion. The woods is in the wheels of the wheels and woods, and we put in the trap in there, and you set in the trap.
There wasn't a trap on the cart.
There wasn't. We put in a trap in there.
No, I mean there was a trap in there. We picked it up.
Yeah, I remember you took
Yeah,
it.
but it wasn't set. We just took it.
They're just telling you that they put a trap in there, and you set off the trap.
Do we recall setting anything or triggering anything?
Not at all.
No, I don't think that's right.
Back?
And they kind of like blink. What? The trap and it moves, and then it ding. How do you get it to ding? We could not do that to ding.
I think they want you to tell them how to set the trap up.
Well, if I'm going to be doing something like that, that sounds like an exchange of services. Did they take any prisoners that are still alive?
What? Do you honestly think that they can take prisoners?
I mean, they might if they put their minds to it. They've got the numbers.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, translate that for them.
You ask if they've taken any prisoners?
Yes.
Yes, we've taken many prisoners. Yes.
And what did you do with them?
And they smile. We ate them.
Oh.
Yes. And then like one of them just kind of says, "Yes, we even bring in prisoners with us."
Oh, I see. I want to see your prisoners.
They kind of like look around. Who are the house of the prisoners? And they look around, and one of them just kind of like brings out what looks to be a little bag of something and starts shaking it rapidly. Yes, yes. How's that feel? You hear like the squeaking of little mice in there. Squeak, squeak. There's like mice in there. Those are prisoners.
Are these
Do you
legit
take
mice?
prisoners that are larger than you?
What? And you kind of think,
Do you,
and then they
do
start
you
looking around. We can. Will you be our prisoners?
No, we have places to be.
They all go, ah.
Besides, you wouldn't want to eat us. We're gamey and tough.
have you taken any pony prisoners?
And they kind of powders. David, also we could hear just a little bit of your background noise, by the way. And they kind of think like and they kind of think, no, all the powders that they have in books. We can't have books. And they shake their head. You, how you disappear? And then they kind of change topics randomly as if it's something that just occurred to them. How?
I have a spell.
And they kind of like all gasp, and they like take like 2 steps back away from you, Start Answer, and they just kind of like blink. A spell, and then they
How do you think we're doing all these things to make you bigger? Well, I guess making you small has nothing to do with spells, but
no spells and they have in the books. We go to the place where we last see, and then rip up the books and make you appear again.
That actually has nothing to do with the ripping up of books. Please don't rip up books.
And then he like push, and then like one of them like takes out like another book and just starts like going at it, and they all start cheering.
And I bop him on the head.
Ah! He flips upside down.
Don't tear up books. That's not nice.
Bah! It's evil.
What is?
I tell you what,
The books.
we are
Okay, well,
masters.
give them to me, and I will make the evil go away.
Give me a diplomacy
Yeah.
check.
Okay. This better be a high DC if you have any expectation of me failing.
Like Orion.
No, that's
No,
diplomacy.
this is a potential benefit of having like some numbers significantly closer to each other. Is that like trying things off DC just makes you worse at them? Not you can't succeed. You have a 2. He has a 27.
As you say this, they all start like talking to each other. Do we trust the ponies? The ponies make books in the first place. And then they see your little spell tome strapped to your side. But they doesn't have books. It's anti-evil book. Oh.
Anti-evil book.
And then they look. Okay, we have into the propositions for you.
That's a big word for you.
And he kind of thinks, yes, and he kind of he wonders, is very big word, yes, big word for big gobbo brain. And then he taps his, pop's position, he says again, this time butchering the word, for you. And he points toward Start Answer.
Okay.
Use comes with us. We have big pile of books.
How far away?
And he points northward. In the hills.
Look at the rest of the party.
I mean, if anybody has the ability to get back quickly, it is you.
Yes, yes.
And he says like tapping and big gobble, you. And he points towards Steady Shoot. You should join the tribe.
He's not a gobbo.
No, he's gobble. Look, and he points to the green.
Green, yeah.
As big as green.
No, not quite.
Mega green. They all start chanting, Magagrin! Magagrin!
Okay, say he's the leader. Can he just leave at any time?
And he kind of like thumps his chest. The leaders say no! And he kind of like
But
shakes
then
his...
he's the leader and he says yes.
And he kind of thinks, oops, that doesn't make sense though. And the Gobbo is thinking very, very Gobbo thoughts by the seams of it. You could hear the gears turning. What we do then?
Gears turning.
The gear
You
singular
can hear, yeah,
turning.
yeah.
It's like, we need to go to
It's not
holdback.
attached to anything.
We need to go to holdback. So what if the Gobbos? Go get
Gobbos
the
need
book.
to go to Holbeck. Holbeck! And they
Why?
Yeah, Ponytown, holdback.
they should have a whole building full of books and he kind of whispers art. And then they like all like shudder. They all shudder. Art bad.
Awful, horrible art, right?
They'll do art of Gobbos and steel Gobbos. Gobbos in painting forever.
That's a copy.
Forever and ever and ever. And then they all start crying.
It's not real.
Ah!
Wait until you find out about the awful mirrors where they trap your brother.
No, stop that.
Give me an intimidation roll.
Not translated that. Stop trying to make problems.
This is trapping! What's the mirror?
I didn't translate that.
Oh.
Okay.
You didn't
Well,
translate that bad, but they look.
Instead of translating that, I just look and go, stop trying to make problems.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, I have a suggestion. We all need to go to holdback. So what if the
No.
Gobbos get all of their books and
trying
all
to
of
go
their
to
art that they're gonna do? Hang on. Hear me out. We get the Gobbos to bring all their books, all their art, and bring it to Holdback. Tell them that it's because all the books and all the art is in Holdback, so that if they put it all in a big pile, they can destroy it easier. But then we'll take it from them, and I guess like make up a lie.
No.
What's this say?
But how about instead of lying to them, we could just get them to have us transport everything, and then we'll negotiate for the pictures that they want to destroy. Because I have no idea why you'd want pictures of.
Yeah, I don't think any self-respecting art museum would be like, "Oh yeah, we'll sell you our art just so you can destroy it."
No. I'm saying I'm trying to preserve the art before the Gobbos destroy it. I mean, maybe they like chicken. Tell them that if they bring all the books and the art, we'll buy them as much chicken as they can eat. They're small; they shouldn't be able to eat that much.
Mm.
No. Well, let's not make any open-ended promises like that.
I know one person with chicken.
Yeah, but the chicken would roast. But the
This is
chicken.
the demon
Yeah,
chicken.
but the roast them.
I mean, I think that was the point of that. But... Oh my gosh, what have you got me into?
They're
Well, I mean, we
they're
should
all
think-
looking at you. They're like looking back and forth between Orion and Stardancer, and every time it goes back to Stardancer, they ask, "What he say? What he say?" Then you talk more, and it goes back, "What he say? What he say?" This is tug. It's constant.
Yeah.
Well, convince them to bring the books and the art to Holdback. We'll take it off their hooves and we'll figure out some way to make it worth their while.
What's this say? What's this say?
He says he wants your book and art
What?
to take to Holbeck.
Oh! And then they all like conglomerate, and then one of them looks supremely smug, and he comes out. That's really good idea. Trapping them in the books. Ha! Ha!
That's a great idea. Let's take the books out and let's trap. Yeah, that's. Sure.
Ryan walks up to Stardancer. What'd they say?
Oh, don't you start.
No, seriously.
I'm getting it
What
from both sides. They think that's a great idea because they can trap the villagers or the city folk in the books.
Nice.
I,
All right.
No
So
idea, but whatever. At this point, whatever. I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Well, we got a few hours left before the sun gets up. I recommend we get some sleep, and then we'll head into Holbeck.
Okay. Well, after
This
they
is, a
get their
ter-
books.
this is a terrible plan.
It's absolutely, but
I have an
you can't really
idea.
reason with them.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, you're right. We just at some point we just what are we gonna do with him? Well, beat him up and drive him away.
Beat him up.
I mean, at least I got them to not want you to be their leader.
That's good. It's pretty good.
Because
Yeah.
if you became the leader, you could start making all the kinds of rules, and then just make the rule that you can leave.
Yeah, I don't. Steady doesn't know if he's comfortable being their leader, even in name.
Exactly. That's why they decided not to make you the leader, because then you could just leave.
Yes.
Apparently.
Right.
And they all kind of nod, and they say you hear them Star Answer kind of discussing. Doesn't the leader say it's okay? I am the leader right now, says this one with the broken stick. Leader of broken stick, says that one in snide, and he bonks him over the head. Bonk! You should shut up, you! And they all start snickering. Snicker, snicker, snicker. Laughing, Gabo. And then they all look back. You! I mean, point me with the broken stick again. You shouldn't come with us. And you. And they look toward Ring Dancer, who gives them a look. And you. And then they point, after a moment of consideration. Really, Pink Horse is hard on the eyes. And Ring Dancer doesn't seem to understand what's being said right now. But
Oh god.
they point, they're kind of going around listen, go, and he thinks, we wait, and we do big feast for Big Gabo. And he points towards Steady Shoot. But only Big Gabo. Looks to the rest of you guys.
Right.
Okay, so yeah. Translate all that. And they want all of us to go with them, but they're only going to make a feast for Steady Shoot.
Yeah.
Wait, they
Okay,
should
whatever.
come with us. They should get the books and the paintings and come meet us in Holbeck. Because we need to get on the road.
What's this say?
Translate.
You translate it. And you kind of think a little bit. But, there's a problem.
What's the problem?
They know Gabos. So if you stay here,
Right.
they think, they killing the Gabo! And they point toward the big Gabo.
I'll be fine.
And
I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, if Big Gabo is fine, Little Gabo's safe with Big Gabo.
Okay, and they kind of think, we make Big Gabo safer.
Right. So go get the art, go get the books.
No.
Don't tear it up yet.
We making the Big Gabo safer by laying in them traps. And then he goes to one of his friends. Give me more. And then he's okay. And you see him taking out little ropes and bells, and kind of small what looks to be boxes for. You know how your grandma will put sewing machine equipment in the the cookie tins and stuff like that. They kind of have a couple of those, and they're just throwing these things in there, similar to how you had found that snare trap in the thing, and they start throwing it in there, and then they just start setting them around in a circle around you, like 2 or 3 of them, dunk dunk dunk. There.
And not even put together, they're just a bunch of.
Listen,
of
Sutton, down the trappin'.
What?
Now, if Gabo is in trouble, it ding, and we here.
Okay. Yeah, that'll last until morning.
And they all smile. Okay, we just gonna go get things. And they run off.
What's going on?
No, they just run northward into the hills. They just said that they were gonna go get the things, and that you guys were safe because they set the trap.
People.
Right, how are we gonna stop them from being like, now we burn the buildings? We're like, no, let's not.
I mean,
How do we-
technically, as soon as we get the art in the books, we're set. Who cares what happens to them?
You're not wrong, but also I don't feel good about that. But
All right. In respect of not knowing exactly what they're going to be bringing back quite yet, I think that this is good before getting into bigger things in respect of pumpkin hours. So I think that is good. Plus, we're back on our normal schedule now. Woo! Halloween doesn't interrupt
All
us.
right.
Let me just.
Thanksgiving, you mean?
I guess technically, thanks. 2 weeks from now is Thanksgiving, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Dang it!
Yeah, it is.
The holiday season is upon us. All right. If you guys
I mean,
want,
it is Thursday though, so Saturday shouldn't be affected.
true. Well, it's like I got like 4, and then they go ahead and push the button. Yay,